Got one plane. Worth it! Because they're not set on do not retreat. They're only set on do not repair. If they think they're going to lose a battle, they should retreat. I'm a little surprised that we lost that so horrifically, but I think that was the combined British and French fleets at the same time against half of mine. So what are we building right now? We are still doing destroyers, and we're doing so many repairs that we're not actually building that other battleship, are we? Okay, fine. So in that case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set you guys to low-risk engagement. I need to conserve what heavy ships I have now. You should shoot the occasional admiral to encourage the others. Do you need more encouragement? Gotta love Journey Quest. And if you don't know Journey Quest, where have you been? Go and watch Journey Quest as soon as the stream is finished. Hang on, I'll link you. It's one of the most quotable series ever. Journey Quest was annoying. I say that you have no good knowledge of good films. Go watch it, it's awesome. And well, the aircraft are finding stuff, but they're not really sinking stuff. Meanwhile, naval engagements are still pretty hefty. I'm somewhat surprised now that they've not caught and destroyed any of my destroyer fleets. But I guess the destroyer fleets are operating more close to home. Interesting. Alright, how is it going down here? See, this is going really poorly. Is it a supply situation? Nope. How's it going in Egypt? We are on the outskirts of and about to take Cairo. Which is pretty good going. When am I going to play Transformer and Kaiserreich? Not until the China update comes out. Venezuela wants to send divisions. Nice. We are still hunting down their convoys and their submarines, which is good. Man, that naval battle hurt. Fall of Cairo. Jubilant Italian soldiers entered Cairo today, moments after the last British units retreated from the city. A victory parade was immediately organised, and Italian soldiers flocked to the Great Pyramid of Giza to have their pictures taken in front of the famous landmarks. With Cairo under their control, Benito Mussolini is now one step closer towards linking the Italian East Africa with Italian Libya and forming a contiguous colony in Africa. However, we are going to need to really rush to go and reinforce down there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get half of you... Actually, I'm going to cancel your current orders. Half of you are going to be responsible for the attack up through into Syria. And then the other half of you are going to be responsible for pushing down towards Ethiopia. Go. And then the yellows over here. Half of you are going to be responsible for assisting them. And then half of you are going to be responsible for assisting down here. Go. Oh. Oh no, you are attacking here and you are actually doing some serious damage to Tunis. So that's all good. Like, we are winning, I would say, the war in North Africa right now. Suez is about to fall. We're about to get a couple of cut-offs. That's all looking good. Do we have any naval air losses? No. Meanwhile, Germany is pushing into Sudan, and they are pushing through the north. So Germany should be sorted. naval battles against convoys, sinking loads of submarines, so my destroyer strategy has certainly paid off. But wow, we got wrecked in that naval battle. How far did we get down the doctrine? Is that why? That would be why. We didn't get any of the surface battle techs finished. The beatings will continue until morale improves. Naval punishment shall apply, i.e. floggings will continue until the win ratio improves. What are you guys hyped most about the Kaiserreich China? The ability to play anything in Asia. I wonder how your state newspaper is going to sell the whole one-plane battle. I feel for the poor man. I'm sure he will make the story excellent. The Battle of Matapan was pretty bad for Italy historically. British losses was a single torpedo bomber against Italy, losing 3 heavy cruisers, 2 destroyers, and very nearly a battleship. Nothing happened to Iachino. Well, he probably would have been shot here. Doom stacking still wins, which is kind of upsetting. It doesn't really. I mean, yeah, that was pretty overwhelming, but again, against the British and the French fleets, and I was missing half of my fleet, and we are still, like, sinking all of their auxiliary ships. Doom stacks can only do so much. And in a war of attrition, I'd win. Sorry, will win. More air superiority? More air superiority. Do it. Now, am I still doing doctrine upgrades? I am. And I also need to upgrade to 1940 ships as soon as possible, apparently. German interest in Scandinavia. German rhetoric has intensified towards the northern countries in recent weeks. The message is clear. Denmark and Norway must in no way, whether by opposition or inaction, hamper German imports. While there is no immediately obvious cause for such demands, as imports are still flowing freely to Germany, our diplomats worry that there is a prelude to German action in the region. Other question is, did you actually get any experience from it? Barely any. Oh, you may have gotten some levels. Submarines. Level 3 already. Seawolf 8%. Oh, you're getting Fly Swatter. Interesting. Usually that's a really hard one to get. Fleet Protector, Superior Tactician. You are my recon fleet. No, you're not. You're my... Whoa, 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 whoa. You're my escort fleets. When did I lose my escorts? I did not think I had. Recons seem to be doing fine. Although because recons almost never actually engage in battle, it's almost impossible for them to gain experience. Where did I lose my recons? Were they in the same battle? Yeah, they probably were, seeing as I lost 40 destroyers. Well, bugger. Okay, apparently I have a really big destroyer deficit I need to overcome now. What are we producing? I think that we need more naval dockyards, because apparently I have a lot of things to replace. Let's do that. Yeah, Western Mediterranean is a bit too dangerous, so we're going to go ahead. Whoops, that's Eastern. Western, we're going to close down. We're going to hold down, shift, right click, and we're just going to shift right click on this region with each of the fleets. And that will stop us having operations in there, with the exception of the submarines who will stay operational there. Because they're the only ones that really should dare go in there. Because it is really dangerous. Germany's declared war on Denmark. Denmark's joined the Allies. Lost another battleship. 1936. Why? What? Did you seriously go swanning off on your own? He did. But you had no orders. Bergamini, you're a moron. Damage to the Vittorio Veneto Italian battleship at Matapan. Torpedo sheared off the post side propeller, shattered the shaft, jammed the rudder, disabled the pumps. More than 4,000 tons of water entered the ship. Wow. Norway has joined the Allies. Germany has declared war on Norway. Fun times. Alright, do I need to attack... Oh. Hello, France. Thanks for the invitation. Apparently France thought I forgot about land armies. I nearly forgot about land armies.
Pronto, signore.
You gonna move?
Avanzate.
Come on. Chop chop.
Pronto, signore. Pronto all'azione.
We're losing some aircraft out here. So with that in mind... Nope, we're still positive. Oh, they're attacking the Balearics. I may actually win this time. They are attacking us with 8 divisions against 1. Oh, that's just that one though. That's not Majorca. It's Minorca. I guess that's Minorca. I don't actually know. Another ace pilot. Huzzah. Destroyers and submarines versus destroyers and light cruisers. Well, at least we're not going to be running out of fuel anytime soon. Gotta think of the positives.
Formazione. Attento.
Come on, people. Chop chop. Take their stuff. Make it yours.
Pronto, signore. Pronto all'azione.
I suspect we're only actually going to need like 2 attackers up there. So let's add you to the southern push.
Fuoco nemico.
Meanwhile, how are you? Not you. How are you doing? Man up there has been defeated, unsurprisingly. And I think I'm going to just tell you to stop. Not you, you.
Pronto.
There we are. Because we just need the northern front to push down to the southern front. Still a lot of losses on both sides. Oh, now I'm losing a couple of submarines. Ouch. However, many of these down here are positive. The ones over here, not so much. Too close to the French coastline. Although it looks like my push across the Alps is being pretty effective. Losing half the fleet? Fuel saving. Exactly! They were mothballed. The Venezuelan divisions have arrived to help us out. Jolly good. Meanwhile, the German push towards Paris continues. They're definitely faltering.
Pronto all'azione. Attento. Pronto.
Meanwhile, you guys continue north. That's fine. And then you lot just continue pushing south into the British if you can. Britain's invested a lot of resources into defending Africa, apparently. You guys take Tunis, please.
Avanzate.
You go and support that offensive. Alright, how are you guys doing? You are now repaired. I'm going to say you may go strike force again. Just don't suicide into their capital ship fleets, please. Let's be a little bit more effective. One torpedo from a swordfish dive bomber did that, all of that to a battleship. I mean, it was a swordfish that also sank the Bismarck, wasn't it? What do I do with outdated ships? I have a tendency to scuttle them so I can have a small but fairly up-to-date navy. Upgrade them. You can refit ships and it's really, really useful to do that. Old hulls you can't, but just keep giving them new guns. And also, like, old destroyers make great screens. You don't need them necessarily on escort duty, you just need them screening battleships. As for older capital ships, just keep upgrading them as best you can. And then use them, like if you have a lot of really old ones, use them as shore bombardment. Just leave them in port until you need to do a naval invasion, then use them as shore bombardment. Okay, Tunis is about to fall, Anaba is about to fall, and then we should have enough capacity to just keep on pushing for the coast. How are we doing for supply? It's all good. Tiny bit of port capacity shortage, but the more ports we take, the better it gets. We're not really losing convoys, which is a little surprising because we keep losing destroyers. We're down to just 3 destroyers. Or 5. Oh no, you got 6 being repaired. Alright, cool. It's not as bad as I thought it was, but still not great. Yes, I would like you to automatically recruit up to 20 ships, please. Because we should be building just a bunch of destroyers, plus, of course, all the repairs we're doing. Alright, cool.
Pronto, signore. Pronto all'azione. Formazione.
They're about to try and cut you off. Let's not allow that.
Attento.
Let's just use the motorized to go and capture as much of Syria and Jordan as we can. While we continue to try and punch through into the south. Where possible. Supplies are still flowing just fine. Did we lose Minorca? We did. But Majorca is still holding. 5 more destroyers sunk. They're really good at sinking screens, apparently. I need more light cruisers to sink their screens. Meanwhile, the air battle continues raging. I think I'm winning the air battle, but losing the naval. But... Hi, Paris. So let's go and put you a little bit closer to where the action is. Make sure that we can cover the entire region. That's oversubscribed. Let's try that one. There we go. 100% efficiency. Denmark has capitulated. Adolf Hitler has announced the cowardly Danish nation could no longer withstand the pressure of the overwhelming presence of German forces. Cool. Then after this, I might start using some of my tactical bombers to start bombing Britain. Supported by the fighters. Heavy fighters. Because we are going to need to do something to them. And I'm not going to be the one who does the naval invasion, I don't think. With the capitulation of its union partner Denmark, the Icelandic parliament has taken control of its own foreign affairs, and in doing so has essentially become a fully independent nation. The newly elected provisional governor has already proclaimed Icelandic neutrality in the current conflict, despite the invasion of its parent nation. My offensive across the Alps seems to have slowed somewhat, though not horribly. You guys need to have an order to go after that, I think. Meanwhile, Paris is about to fall, and we can get a new officer. I think that we need to improve our navies. AA, submarine detection. We're not having many problems with the submarines. Bomber interception, ace generation. I think we're going to go with the naval AA attack. Even though we've got... no, I don't need to. We could do Chief of Navy. Yeah, this is what we should have done. Campione, capital ship attack and armor, screen attack and armor. That's what we need. I think the Mediterranean conflict has calmed down a bit now. They still have these roving bands of screen killers, which I would very much like to take out. What are you doing right now? Okay, we are doing that. So our strike fleet is after their screen killers and is engaging. So this should be an opportunity for us to get some Revengi. Also, France just capitulated. The fall of Paris. While fighting still rages elsewhere in France, reports have come in of German troops entering Paris. The capital was declared an open city by French forces moments before the last units retreated. Several columns of German troops recreated the Prussian victory parade of 1871 by marching down the Champs-Élysées, while Parisians looked on in stunned silence. Military experts predict that the collapse of France is imminent. Adolf Hitler has announced that the cowardly French nation could no longer withstand the pressure from the overwhelming presence of German forces throughout the country. The French government chose to flee the country and has gone into exile. The main forces have capitulated, and the German Reich is now in control of the home area. Alright, so Germany is now starting to look a lot stronger. How come Balbo is a general, not an Air Force guy? Because generals don't exist. Air commanders don't exist. I mean, he is the Chief of Air Force here. But they really do need to have, like, Air Chief Marshals. That's unfortunate. I'm going to set all of the motorized divisions going north. We're going to have all of you lot here. The intention of holding that off and then attacking this. Go. Right, motorized, what are you up to?
Pronto, signore.
There we go, that will take that entire backwoods area. As long as we don't lose these two provinces, we can still keep supply coming. Especially if we're taking Jerusalem and Tel Aviv. And if we take Beirut, that would be even better. Still sinking convoys, that's them trying to send in supplies, I suspect. And the attack across Tunis is going fantastically. Oh dear. We are definitely struggling down here. So what I'm going to do is a general evacuation to the northern front. We're going to abandon this southern area. Like so. So these guys should now automatically go to the port and then sail around. Nation Française declared war on Free France. Vichy France has appeared. And I kept all of the bits that I took. Nice. In fact, I even gained a bit. Okay, so my garrisons need to deal with my new French holdings. Oops.
Avanzate!
Second armistice at Compiègne. An armistice between the German Reich and the French Third Republic had been signed at Compiègne in the very railway carriage in which German surrender of World War I was negotiated. Under the terms of the armistice, a French government under the Philippe Pétain, based out of Vichy, will continue to administer most of the southern France, while the rest of the country falls under a German occupation zone. Some French officers have vowed to continue resistance from abroad, but this puts an effective end to the fighting in France, at least for the time being. Right, this is now Vichy, so I don't actually need to go there, so stop. Sweet. I'm gonna take responsibility for guarding the south of Vichy, because I don't trust you, France. Right. There is not a lot of free France left. Oh, and this bit is Vichy? Really?
Comandi!
Fine.
Attento!
This bit isn't.
Avanzate!
I wonder if I can snipe Beirut now.
Pronto!
The flight of Rudolf Hess. Deputy Führer Rudolf Hess was arrested by Home Guard soldiers in Scotland yesterday after parachuting from a heavy fighter. An accomplished pilot, he apparently flew alone across the North Sea, taking care to stay out of radar range before veering west towards Britain. Hess appears to have taken it upon himself to negotiate a peace treaty between Britain and Germany, although Berlin has denounced him as a madman and stripped him of any political office. British authorities have not been available for comment. I'd be a little surprised if they were available for comment to the Italian press. Who am I at war with? The Allies.